It looks like the specific article, fired for good, 14 old British actors banned from Hollywood forever, you asked about isn't available on major news or entertainment sites. It may be a list-style clickbait or unverified piece that doesn't show up in credible sources. I couldn't find a direct list matching that title online. However, I can give you an overview of well-known cases where British actors' careers were damaged, they fell out of favor with Hollywood, or were effectively blacklisted for various reasons, especially historically significant ones. Here are notable British actors whose Hollywood presence diminished dramatically due to controversy, fallout, or industry avoidance, sometimes referred to as being banned in pop culture lists, but often it's informal audiences/studios distancing themselves rather than an official ban. Charlie Chaplin, one of the most influential figures in early cinema, became a controversial target during America's Red Scare in the 1940s and 1950s. Though never a U.S. citizen, he built his career in Hollywood and co-founded United Artists. His outspoken political views, criticism of capitalism, and film The Great Dictator drew scrutiny from J. Edgar Hoover's FBI, which compiled a large file investigating alleged communist sympathies. In 1952, while Chaplin was traveling to London for a film premiere, the U.S. government revoked his re-entry permit, effectively barring his return. Rather than fight the decision, Chaplin settled in Switzerland. He returned briefly in 1972 to receive an honorary Academy Award, receiving a 12-minute standing ovation. Hugh Grant became one of Hollywood's biggest romantic comedy stars in the 1990s after his breakout role in 4 Weddings and a Funeral. With hits like Notting Hill, My Best Friend's Wedding, and Bridget Jones's Diary, he built a charming, self-deprecating screen persona that defined the era. However, by the late 2000s, traditional rom-coms declined in popularity, and Grant stepped back from leading man roles in major U.S. films. Rather than being banned, his reduced Hollywood presence reflected changing industry trends and his own desire for varied roles. In the 2010s and 2020s, he reinvented himself with darker, more complex characters in projects like Paddington 2, The Undoing, and Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. Orlando Bloom rose to global fame in the early 2000s as Legolas in the Lord of the Rings trilogy and Will Turner in Pirates of the Caribbean. His youthful looks and action hero appeal made him one of Hollywood's most recognizable British stars. However, after those massive franchises ended, several standalone films failed to match their success, and his leading man momentum slowed. While some tabloids described this as being shut out of Hollywood, Bloom was never officially banned. Instead, industry shifts and box office performance influenced his trajectory. In recent years, he has focused on selective film roles, returned briefly to franchise appearances, and starred in the Amazon series Carnival Row, maintaining steady visibility. Kate Beckinsale became a prominent Hollywood action star in the early 2000s, best known for playing Celine in the Underworld franchise. Her roles in films like Van Helsing and Total Recall reinforced her image as a sleek, high-energy leading actress in genre cinema. However, as blockbuster trends shifted and several projects underperformed critically or commercially, her A-list studio momentum slowed. Despite online claims that she was banned, there has never been an official Hollywood blacklist against her. Instead, Beckinsale transitioned toward independent films, streaming projects, and selective roles that offer more creative control. She remains active in film and television, maintaining a steady career rather than mainstream blockbuster dominance. Michael Sheen built a strong Hollywood reputation portraying real-life figures in acclaimed films like Frost/Nixon and The Queen. His ability to embody complex personalities made him a respected character actor in U.S. cinema. He later gained American television success in Showtime's Masters of Sex. Despite rumors of being banned, Sheen was never blacklisted from Hollywood. Instead, he consciously shifted focus toward television and British-based productions, seeking creative flexibility and meaningful projects. His role as Aziraphale in Good Omens further expanded his global popularity. In recent years, Sheen has also prioritized stage work and Welsh cultural initiatives, choosing artistic freedom over constant Hollywood blockbusters while maintaining international recognition. Gerard Butler reached international stardom with his powerful portrayal of King Leonidas in 300, 2006, a breakout role that cemented him as a commanding action lead in Hollywood. Following that success, he starred in a mix of action thrillers and romantic comedies, including The Bounty Hunter and Law-Abiding Citizen. While some mid-budget films underperformed critically, Butler maintained box office viability, particularly with the Has Fallen series beginning with Olympus Has Fallen. Despite online claims that he was banned, there has never been an official exclusion from Hollywood. Instead, shifting audience tastes and the decline of mid-budget theatrical films influenced his career path. In recent years, Butler has continued leading action projects like Den of Thieves and Plane, proving he remains a consistent presence in the action genre rather than sidelined by the industry. Rupert Grint achieved worldwide fame as Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter film series, one of the most successful franchises in cinema history. After the series concluded in 2011, Grint chose a quieter and more selective career path rather than aggressively pursuing blockbuster Hollywood roles. While some online lists claim he was banned or shut out of Hollywood, there is no evidence of any official blacklist. Instead, Grint focused on independent films, stage work, and television projects that allowed him to explore different types of characters. He gained renewed visibility with M. Night Shyamalan's Apple TV Plus series Servant and later appeared in Knock at the Cabin. His reduced Hollywood presence reflects personal career choices and industry shifts, not exclusion from the American film industry. Elizabeth Hurley became a major pop culture figure in the 1990s, gaining global attention after attending film premieres with Hugh Grant and wearing her iconic Versace safety pin dress. She transitioned into Hollywood films with roles in Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery and Bedazzled, where her glamorous screen presence made her a recognizable face in American cinema. However, as studio trends shifted in the early 2000s, Hurley's film appearances became less frequent. Contrary to online claims, she was never officially banned from Hollywood. Instead, she diversified her career, focusing on television, fashion, and business ventures. Her starring role in the E! series The Royals reintroduced her to international audiences, while her modeling and swimwear brand kept her firmly in the public eye beyond mainstream Hollywood films. If you want, I can compile a more detailed list with mini-biographies, or focus specifically on controversies that harmed British actors' Hollywood careers, rather than just decline in popularity. Just let me know which angle you prefer.